Hey guys, welcome to match 5. We're 3-1 right now, so we've got to win the next two if we want to top 8 this thing. Hand's all right. We've got a turn 1 miscreant. If we get another land, we've got the ninja on curve, and it's going to be another affinity match. So tough one pre-board, but we do have a plan post-board. So let's see if we can steal this one from Overlord Hellkite. So our hand's pretty good for affinity. We have the lightning bolt and we have the scred. They don't have, doesn't look like they have any colored source. Okay, he's got the Prof Prism, so he's got his colors online, but it is a slow start from him. We're going to go ahead and ninja here, just get a card. Ninjas aren't great in this matchup. He has a lot of 4/4 and 2/2 body, so getting it in early and maybe getting a second attack out of it is probably going to be the best play, but it's very unlikely that we'll be able to get a second attack out of it. It's most likely going to be on chump blocking duty. Playing is 4/4. The 4/4 green creature, Carapace Forger, I believe, would be pretty good. We do have a scred, but it can't kill it quite yet. Very slow start for the affinity deck here.
This is an excellent sign that they had to crack a star in order to thoughtcast. I wonder why they cracked the star. They could have thoughtcasted using the prism. Now they're down an artifact.
Yeah, so if he plays the 1/1, okay, another thoughtcast. That's pretty good. If he finds the Frogmite, that would be good. So we're getting pretty lucky here. We're going to be able to get another attack off with our ninja. I think we're going to go ahead and play the Delver and the Miscreant to go wide here, and we're going to play this wild. So I have to assume his hand is loaded with Mirror Enforcers, and probably this coming turn is going to be a very explosive turn for him. So I'm going to try and set up a Delver. If that flips, we might be able to race him. We've got the Scred in the bowl. But I have to assume a very big turn is coming right here.
Well, if that were true, and I'm sure you're right, then our opponent has he or she rather did themselves a disservice sacrificing the star.
Yes. Yeah, that just seemed like a misstep because they could have just used the blue from the created blue from the Prof Prism. I guess
they had 2 thoughtcasts.
Yeah, I guess he must have not had a third land, and so he was trying to draw a card and hit a land to draw. That's my assumption. So he does. It's a pretty devastating turn. If he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so he can't play another Mirror Enforcer.
But again, they cracked the star when they could have just sacked it to Atog.
And we are going to have the Scred for the Enforcer here. So no way to set this up. So we don't want a second gush, but here's what we can do, which is we want to reveal this card, but we do not want to draw it because 2 gushes don't seem great. So we're going to cycle that away after getting the Delver flip, getting an island. And a Ponder is it's a much better draw. And we really got lucky there. We needed that Delver to flip because he's got the Atog, which is just a very powerful card. So we're going to go ahead and Scred.
Anything for trying to blow up the Atog here? Or no, not yet? It would
I think we're just on chump blocking duty. We're trying to race.
Okay.
I think we're going to land an Augur. And if he's got Atog fling, I don't think he can fling us out this turn.
No.
So I think we're safe to tap down here. Finding a counterspell is what we're looking for. So a whiff is okay, just because if none of the cards are counterspell, I'd rather have them go down to the bottom so we can draw that counterspell.
Sure.
And now we can just go ahead and chump block with our auger if he swings with the ATOG. He's gassing up big time. So we're really relying on this Delver Miscreant to get us there. So he is going to serve in. He's going to have to at least sacrifice one thing if he wants to kill the auger, which is important to note.
The only thing that could blow you out here would be Battle Rage, but I don't think you were going to beat Battle Rage anyway.
Okay, so yeah, it looks like he's got the Battle Rage. Nope, he just wants my auger off the table, which is okay. Still got a 3-turn clock. If we can find a counterspell, then we will be pretty comfortably in the driver's seat this game. Another ATOG is pretty bad, actually. Okay, so we found the counterspell. So we're going to lead off with a Gush here. And we're going to go ahead. Probably just Augur. And hold up Bolt plus Counterspell. I think that's better. The Bolt doesn't do much against this board, but what we can do is, if he tries to pump something to kill my blockers, we can use the Bolt to just make him, sack another artifact to the ATOG when he's not trying to go for lethal. So I think that. It gives us some sort of utility. The Bolt might also just go to his face. It's not a perfectly rounded number right now. But if we draw, a second Bolt or something. So if we can flash in the Spell Stutter, that would be 5. Then Bolt. Gearseeker Serpent's good. I think we don't care about that, though. We only care about ATOG Fling.
I really like your plan of flashing him.
It's just if he has a Gal Blast, I get really punished, and so I don't know that I'm going to make that play.
Yeah. Also, if he has Fling.
Right, or if he has Fling, then I leave myself open. So I think it's going to be gosh, it's really 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. Well, if he sacks all of it, it won't. So I think I only block one of them. Well, actually, it will force him to sack to both. And I think this is what I was saying earlier. I can use that Bolt.
You could also, since you have the counterspell, not block anything, right? And then you would take...
Well, if I don't block anything... That's true. If I don't block anything, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Or 16. So either, because minus 2, but that's actually bad still because he has Galvanic Blast.
So it's 16. So I think I'm okay to not block anything.
Well, if he has Galvanic Blast, then no, you still...
But then I have Spell Stutter, so right.
Okay. All right.
And that actually, that's the line for sure, because then he can only block one thing with the Gearseeker. So we're just not going to block anything and see what he's got here. Because now we don't even need to flash in the Spell Stutter. We have 5 points of damage on the board. And if he's going to tap out his red, he's got to use his red source to make any sort of plays. So, like I said, if we can steal game 1 from Affinity, that's very good for us because this is the hardest game of the 3.
Yeah, short of a Fling or a Battle Rage, I don't think they can kill you here, and we have the backup. So
it looks like he'll be serving in with a little bit more damage. So still no need for me to cast anything here. He needs something. Guess there was a argument for me to Bolt there, but I think we just go ahead and move in with everything. And the Bolt has to be on his radar now. All right, so let's see if this gets us there. It looks like we've got it.
Nice, dude.
So once again, it's going to be the same sideboard plan. We got the 3 Gorilla Shamans. We've got 2 Swirling Sandstorms, 2 Hydroblasts. I did see a Gear Seeker, so I do kind of want to bring in that Pyro.
If I can give my opinion on Pyro,
We have Screds.
it's also typically only like 1 or 2 Gear Seekers. I'd be very surprised if they're running more than that.
Yeah,
So
I wouldn't bring in more than one, but it's just like maybe I would bring in that one. So let's cut the cards that we cut last time and see. So we're exactly at 60. So do I want to cut any more of these? I do have 3 Screds, which deals with it if I can get to 6 lands. And Scred is just a more versatile card. So I think I can cut an Augur for Pyro. No, I think Augur is a good card. I think this is it. And if we find that he's running a lot of them, we can always bring it in for game 3. So let's see what we've got here. So we've only got 1 mana, which we would have to find a blue source for. But I still think we keep it on the draw with our opponent mulliganing down. We've got a cantrip, and we've got 2 natural draws to find another land. But it is a bit awkward for us. And we just got there, so pretty good spot. We can play the Delver next turn and start sculpting to really do some work with Gorilla Shaman. There's actually an argument for preordaining here instead of Delvering, which I think I'm going to do because I really do want to find a land next turn to get this Gorilla Shaman going off. And see that it is a land, and I think I have to take it, but not what we want. And we are definitely trying to play the control here, so being a little bit slower to develop the board and to sculpt for future turns.
again, with the blowing up an artifact to cast Thoughtcast,
Yeah, he must not have another land drop.
But it just doesn't matter. You could do it either way.
So he's gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he can play a Mirror Enforcer if he has it right here off the Springleaf Drum, which he does. Okay, well, I guess he can still play it for free now. So that's pretty bad. We don't have any Screds. Okay, we now have the Scred, but not enough land. So I think we're gonna fetch with this Evolving Wilds first. Because we don't want to mess up our Ponder. That's the reason for fetching first. And, maybe we don't. I think we still Ponder. We do need another land for Scred. And we don't find it, unfortunately. We have a Preordain. I think we probably just shuffle these cards. Because he's just underneath us. It's kind of weird, but it's okay. What we can do is Augur plus Bolt to get the Enforcer off the table. Gorilla Shaman not looking great this game, and as he finds another Mirror Enforcer. So it looks like the plan on one of the Enforcers is going to be Augur plus Bolt. We're going to have to try and find another land to Scred that other one. So I think we kick things off with a Gush here, which does take us off of our Scred plan, but I think that's just what we're going to have to do. Hmm. So it might be just triple Delver. If we could be playing right into the hands of an Electrickery here. Yeah, so we don't want to do that. We do find another Scred. I think that's going to be the card. Just going to run out this Delver. Going to have to discard. And it might be these Delvers or this Gorilla Shaman. If the Delvers flip, they're very good. I have to discard. I just don't see Gorilla Shaman doing the work that I need it to do this game. I might pitch it.
Yeah, they've already deployed Mirror
Yeah.
Enforcers, and
So I think
that's a tough proposition.
I think we're saying goodbye to the Shaman. It might be the Bolt, a Bolt, since we've got Screds, which are just better.
Maybe a Hydro for the
Yeah, for the ATOG.
right.
So he's going to serve in. We're going to block with the Yager here. And we're see if we can't bolt that off the table. It'd be a pretty big win for us, and we do get it. Not quite great. I think we just run out another Delver here.
You could block and Scred.
I can block and Scred. He knows about the Scred. But I think that might be a perfectly valid play.
And you know this Frogmite was the draw for the turn.
So I think I am wanting to block and Scred here. I'm 2-for-1ing myself, but I'm just in a tough spot. And we're going to go ahead and Scred that Mirror Enforcer. So we did find another land. So we're going to Scred that Carapace Forger. And play a Delver. Well, I don't know if I want to play this Delver. Might be smarter to just hold up some defense here. I don't want to just play right into an Electrickery. And I've got some time here. I don't know. He doesn't have many 1-drops, I suppose, but
If the opponent's like me, they will draw every Spring Leaf Drum, so don't worry about it.
I mean, we've got time. If the Delvers flip, then we've got some defenders. Not quite what we want. Now I think we do run out this other Delver, and it's not going to block, so we might as well just attack with it.
You could also Spell Stutter and Electrickery.
Mm-hmm. Or Hydroblast it. But I'd like to save the Hydroblast for the ATOG. Got 4 cards. I have to imagine he's got some gas.
Might be some amount of galvanic blasts.
Yeah, which would be. I mean, we're ready for those, but it's also not what we want to be doing. Oh, that's great. So this is going to give us some draw. See what we can find here. Another Hydra Bass is pretty good. So I think there's no difference between going to 4 and going to 3, so I think we just go ahead and serve in with 1, and we'll have to trade with the Frogmite. So I might actually trade with this Germ. And then just trade with the Frogmite on the next turn. So he's going for a teamer. We've got a Hydro Blast on the ready for that. He's only got a blue source. I guess he's got any color, but he can't use these Springleaf Drums. Atog would be pretty savage. Ooh, that's very good. And I think we're in a tough spot now. Scred doesn't do it. I don't think there's any draws that can save us here.
Yeah, you'd have to double block and then chump the Frogmite.
Yeah, but if he's smart, he'll make it unblockable.
Yeah. Can they?
Does he have the mana?
No,
I don't think he has the mana.
Yeah.
He's going to go for the G-Blast, so that's going to allow us to flash this Spell Stutter Sprite in, so we'll be able to block that Frogmite and double block on the Gear Seeker, but we still need the top of our deck to help us out here.
And they've used not that many.
So is it maybe I chump the Gear Seeker? What do you think about that?
Yeah, you could. Well, let's see. If you chump the Gear Seeker with the Spell Stutter,
it's easier to deal with a Frogmite than it is with.
Yeah, I think you have to kill the Gear Seeker because if you rip like Bolt or Scred.
Mm-hmm.
Although I guess you are getting to a spot where Scred does kill the Gear Seeker.
Well, even if it's a Swirling Sandstorm, that doesn't kill the Gear Seeker. So I think this is the play. And we just need the top of our deck to help us out quite a bit here.
That's a blocker that gets rid of all the lands.
It's a blocker. I think we hold up a mana for Hydroblast, but we're going to make it so he can't cast anything else for the rest of the game.
That'll be good.
If our next draw, if we can deal with the Frogmite, so he's got the Hydroblast, so he did.
So that's just game.
Yeah, we're going to go to the next one.
I think that you just got kind of screwed in that early game, but otherwise I think that, like you mentioned, the matchup is actually pretty good.
So I think we just run it back exactly the same.
Yeah, I still don't like Pyroblast that much.
And we will be on the play, so we got that going for us. We have only one red source. I think we have to mulligan this hand.
Yeah.
And okay, now we only have one blue source. We have a Brainstorm, which is our worst cantrip. Find the wilds. We did have the G-Sham from before, but
yeah, but I feel like one red source versus one blue source.
Blue is our dominant color, so we need that.
Are you gonna get another blue source here or a red source?
I'm gonna probably Brainstorm Fetch, so we'll see what we draw off the Brainstorm. If we can find some more lands, that would be really ideal. But he's This doesn't look great for us, to be honest. So we did find another land, so we can safely go ahead and get a blue source here. I probably will cast Augur, so
Your hand's pretty redundant right
yeah,
now.
so I think we pitch an Augur and a spell. Maybe we pitch two spell stutters. They're not great in this matchup. So I think we're going to keep those Augurs and pitch these spell stutters. And go ahead and get a blue source plain Augur. And we find a Swirling Sandstorm. That's a really powerful card here. I'm going to get a red source off of this one. And I'm just fetching to thin out the deck before the Augur, increase the chance ever so slightly.
Also, you don't have to shuffle what you just did.
So we find a Hydroblast. That's a great card. We do miss that Gorilla Shaman, but it's okay.
Gorilla Shaman is like not that great against this board anyway.
I mean, yeah, he's got the Prof Prism. It would really just hit one Vault of Whispers, but really just taking them off lands is always going to be a great thing to do.
Sure.
So right now we're just hoping that they extend into the Swirling Sandstorm. I think we Gush here. So we found a Gorilla Shaman. That might be worth moving in on. I guess it's not quite yet what I want to be doing. If I Augur, I'm going to have to discard.
If you Shaman, you only get to blow up with Vault of Whispers. Because
I suppose I can Augur and Shaman still, and that would be mana efficient. And if he bolts it, I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and see what we find off of this Augur. I think that's definitely the first step, because we can just go ahead and blow up that Vault of Whispers if we want to. So that's going to be a whiff. So we don't have to discard to hand size now. I guess that is the good thing. So we don't need to play this Shaman right now. And we can go ahead Augur and block Bolt on the Carapace Forger if we want to. So I think we just pass here and hold up the Hydroblast. Nothing I can do about that one. So we're going to need to find another land pretty soon, because his board's getting pretty big. We are going to use the Bolt on this Forger, I think. So that'll give us a little bit of time. Opponent does have 5 cards, so he's still got a lot of cards to work with. We're going to go ahead and move in on this Gorilla Shaman. It's not going to get any better than these 2 lands right now. We're kind of choked on mana too, so anything we can do to slow them down is really going to be beneficial for us. Okay, so he's going to float in response. That's okay. Then we're going to go ahead and take out this other one. He's got the Prof Prism, so he's still got colored sources, but if we're taking him off Affinity pretty significantly there, he's going to have to use a removal piece on the Gorilla Shaman, which is, effectively going to make it a 3-for-1. I think we're just going to block the Augur here. If he has an Electricity, that would be pretty good, but we are playing towards the Swirling Sandstorm, so the Augur's going to die via the Sandstorm. Okay, it's just going to be another Prof Prism.
I do not think they have a removal spell.
Yeah, I mean, they would have definitely used it right there. So I think, okay, we found the land
And a
and a
Scred.
Scred. So I think we want to ponder, take the land. We don't want to ponder yet because we know what these cards are.
Well, you could ponder into the Scred and the Snow-Covered Mountain, Scred the Mirror Enforcer right now, and play the land.
No, we wouldn't be able to do that. We can only take the Scred. If we take the ponder, then we can only take one of these two. So
Well,
I think we're just going to conceal that Scred. Draw it next turn. Not going to shuffle. We're going to play this land. And just go ahead and pass here. I mean, I guess Augur can block the Frogmite. Gorilla Shaman's not going to block anything. We have a Hydro Blast. So I think we're pretty covered. Covered against everything except the Gear Seeker. Which he can't play unless he has more lands, which he found. So I think Gear Seeker is online now. And he is only going to swing in with the Enforcer. Okay. We're in a lot of trouble if he plays Gear Seeker Serpent here. If we don't, now we have Counterspell to deal with that card, so we can go ahead and just Scred this Enforcer away. Now we've got some time. He can swing in for 2, and I can block 1. We would like another blue source. And we know it's a ponder, so it's going to be weird. If I ponder, then I won't be able to have that counterspell up. Is he going for a fling? I'm going to fling on the Augur. I think we're going to go ahead and Hydroblast that. Because that we need that wall. And if he has a Pyro, we have the Spell Setter on the ready. So we're ready to win this battle. So I think we're going to just go ahead and Hydroblast that on our turn. So if he's got the counter, we can Spell Stutter it. Well, yeah, not too worried about the card hitting the table. Would like to use this Ponder though, but I guess we can hold up the counterspell, kind of see what he does, scope him out, and then fight on the end of his turn.
It does kind of leave you open to fling, though.
That's true. I guess we probably want to just fire this off now. And I think if I'm probably just going to ponder, the Spell Stutter Sprite's not countering that many things, unless he forces me to use the Spell Stutter now. I think I need a dig, because unless we find another island, we're kind of stuck just casting one card every turn. So I'm going to give him the opportunity to make a big move next turn. Okay, we found a Gush. Neither of these cards are great, but it does allow us to make a land drop for the turn. Which now we have that Spell Stutter available to us again.
It's interesting that they are no longer attacking to me.
Yeah, he could be pushing 2 damage in every turn, which is kind of weird. I'm gonna go ahead and brainstorm here. That's great. We did find another blue source. Actually want all of these cards, so I think it's makes the Ash Barrens kind of weird. I think that will be the last card we draw. And now that we know that the blue source is coming, we can just kind of sit back here on this counterspell this turn and play the Delver next turn. Until he deals with our Gorilla Shaman, he can't play lands. Atog is actually I guess we
Oh,
just counterspell that.
You could double spell stutter it too.
And that would be playing into if he has a removal piece, then we kind of get punished for that.
That's true.
I can scred it, and then he would have to sack 2 things. I think we just counterspell it here.
Okay.
I think that's the play. And we've got time, so we're gonna use it. So now if he does play a Gear Seeker Servant, we'll be able to Swirling Sandstorm and Scred on the same turn. So if this Delver flips, we'll have something on board afterwards. And he's missing out on a ton of points of damage by not swinging with this Frogmite.
Maybe they're worried that you'll double block it because the
Yeah.
Gorilla Shaman doesn't seem very good right now.
That's fair, and we're gonna try and fight here. And if he's got it, he's got it. But we've
Yeah, they could have been attacking for 2 for a long time and then have been galvanic blasting you here.
and so yeah, he's gonna be able to play that. But we're gonna go ahead and just shoot that here. Don't want him to play any Mirror Enforcers. We have a Scred. I guess he's got 7 now, anyways.
You can blow up the Flare Husk. Yeah, this feels like an attack.
Yeah, and I think we're just gonna take it here. Yeah, we can. We've got some life to lose.
You're also in a position to like blow up Prophetic Prisms now too.
Mhm. Yes, that's a very good point. So I wouldn't even mind trading with if a flipped Delver, which doesn't happen. I can Scred these creatures out and just start blowing up Prof Prisms. That might actually be the play for the turn. Just completely tap myself out to blow up a Prof. No, I don't think that's quite right. I think we can Scred the creature. So yeah, we want to hit that card.
I don't think it's going to get much better.
No, yeah, it takes a card off of him. He doesn't have any ways to interact, or he would have used it already. And now we want to start hitting the Prof Prism, so he doesn't have the double blue for the Cure Seeker. I think we can go ahead and offer 2 creatures here.
Yeah, they can't Electric you or anything.
And he's just going to lose that green source. But I think I even might. I don't need to Scred this if the Delvers flip. Actually, Scredding it would be pretty powerful. Because then I can just take off a Prof Prism.
And you can start attacking.
Mm-hmm. Not what we wanted to draw, but that's okay. That's going to cost us 5.
Not 4. I was mistaken.
It's 1 plus, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's why it costs 1 for land. That makes way more sense.
So let's see what we can do this turn. The Swirling Sandstorm is some nice insurance if we can get that Delver to finally flip.
Your secrets are buried very deep today, Aaron. Oh, that's too bad.
That is unfortunate.
But now
he can't counter the
that's
Swirling Sandstorm.
That's too bad.
And he's only got 1 card, so I think we're still okay. Oh gosh, deck. Come on, deck. So we're going to hold that because we can use it for Delver tricks next turn. My secrets are buried really deep today.
Yeah, Hydroblast was a good draw because you weren't able to really capitalize on having the mana available.
So he does have lands now. Atog is a very good draw for him. So let's see what we can do off of the draw here. We've got a Swirling Sandstorm. We've got chumps. If the Delvers flip, we'll be in a good spot.
That's like the perfect flip, too.
It's a good flip. I don't know if I want that card, though. I might...
Well, because it gives you...
Actually, I do want that card.
Because you have a chump blocker in the Augur, and you'll kill him next turn. And,
yes,
and now he can't play whatever spell he's about to draw.
Yes, you're right. So we're going to go... Yeah, we do have the chump blocker and the Augur. So he needs to Thoughtcast.
And you can counter Thoughtcast.
That's true. So we've got this one locked up. Still a very close game, but they see the power of Gorilla Shaman coming through and just locking him up.
And that wasn't even like a very good Gorilla Shaman game, you know?
No, it wasn't, but it did. It slowed him down a ton. We didn't have a lot going on, and we were kind of able to just be like very patient and take our time and just keep sculpting. So the only way he wins is if I don't block and not going to make that mistake.
You misclick.
Yes.
Whoops. It just doesn't matter.
He's going to make me do it. I respect that.
He's playing to his outs. Time. Go to the bathroom or something.
All right, so we are going to be able to knock this one down. And so now we are 4-1. We've got to win the next one to ensure our top 8 spot. 4-2 might be able to get there, but obviously we'd just like to win the next one and lock us in. So we'll see you back shortly for round 6.